Hey everyone, it's Asia.
And Corey.
And so we're coming to you again from House of Tech.
Tech.
So today we're going to be talking about the great debate, the burning question that a lot of people have, and that is this: to code or not to code? Sounds a lot like Shakespeare, huh?
It does.
So the biggest thing about to code or not to code, we're going to be breaking down today the two key points to consider when it comes to website development, things you need to consider as a customer going to a website developer on whether or not you want your website coded or you do not want it coded, meaning you're using something like a website builder. So one of the first things we want to get into today is this: when it comes to websites that are created, they're either done through coding, and when we talk about coding, we're talking about using something like a programming language such as Python, HTML, list goes on. But if you don't have your website created in that way, there's also things out there called website builders.
Exactly.
Many platforms, you've probably seen commercials for Wix, for WordPress. There's a whole bunch of different things out there that do that. So when we're talking about website development, coding, we're talking about Python, HTML, those program languages, or non-coding, which would be your website builders or your website development platforms that are called website builders, such as WordPress or Wix. And one of the key things you want to keep in mind is this: time frame and use cases.
Definitely. So with that being said, there's a client. Okay. Speaking in time frame, they're kind of crunched for time right now because they're getting bombarded with all sorts of customers that's looking for the service that they offer. The list is just, it's amazing. So they're like, I need a website and I need it now. So should they get a website that's coded with like Python or something, or should they get a website through a website builder?
Excellent question. So if this is the case we're talking about with time frames and our customers that are coming to us to get their website built, they're pressed for time because there's such a high demand for the service that their business is offering, I would say we'd start them out with something like a website builder just to get them up and running. So that way, they have a front face digitally that clients can interact with. Clients can go to the website and get more information on the business, on the services that they offer. If they're one that they sell products online, they have that up and running and ready for clients to interface and interact with so that they can get their product out there more readily. And even over time, if they decide, hey, you know what, we would like something that's customized and more custom to what we want, then later on down the road, they can transition to having something that's coded. That's what I would recommend if you're pressed for time.
Perfect. Sounds wonderful.
So what about the use case? Let's say we have a client that they're not so much pressed for time, but they have some serious use cases that need to be tackled. Let's say that they want their website to be able to, create accounts for their clients. To store information on their clients, to send out emails, things of that nature. What do you think, to code or not to code?
Okay, so for this one, I would definitely say code. And here we're talking use cases. So if you're a company, say for instance, you do retreats and you would like your website to be able to register people, assign rooms to them, take care of all kind of payments, take up payments in increments and keep up with who paid what, how much they paid, different things like that. Coding would be very beneficial. So I would say you can use a coding like Python, for example. Python will give you that ability to tailor your website to your particular needs. And this way you'll be able to maximize the customization that you're able to do versus a website builder. Though they are great, speaking of website builders, they're good on time, but some of them are limited to the customization I can do as far as inputting graphs, calendars, a lot of, like we like to say, moving parts with my website that's on the backdoor side of things. So I would definitely say in this case, again, let's code.
Right, good answer. So there you have it. To code, when we talk about coding, we're talking about program languages like Python, HTML, your software stacks, a lot of interesting things that we would like as nerds, but you probably don't care too much about as somebody wanting your website designed. And then on the other hand, you have website builders like Wix, WordPress, things of that nature that can be done to get you something up and running quick so that you can get back to, your business, making money. So If you have any more questions, feel free to drop us a comment. More videos to come. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on House Tech.